Hello there folks and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro Career on Snooker 19. Today is time for part 11 of Season 3 and part 128 of the series as a whole. And in today's episode we begin the semi-final of the Shanghai Masters against the Welsh potting machine Mark Williams for a prize of £100,000 in a place in the final of this tournament. So let's have a look at how we've got on against Mark Williams in the past. Now I'm pleased to report for the most part that we've done pretty well against Mark Williams, and as you can see in the last 3 games we've either beaten him in a final or beaten him to progress to a final. So the omens look pretty good going into this game, but we cannot be complacent whatsoever. But in the first match we played against him, we got through to a final by beating him in the deciding frame in the Scottish Open. That was a tournament that we went on to win, was the Scottish Open, with a final against Mark Selby resulting in a 4-3 win for us. Then we lost on 2 occasions in the Coral Tour Championship and the Champion of Champions, both matches by 3 frames to 1. However, from then on, we have beaten Mark Williams every single time. In the final of the Dafabet Masters, of course we won that tournament last year, that was a brilliant win. We beat him by 6 frames to 2. We beat him in the snooker shootout semi-final last year, which we went on to win against John Higgins by 1 frame still, obviously. And then we beat him by 3 frames to 1 as well in the semi-final of the Gibraltar Open. So actually, the only tournament that we haven't gone on to win that we've got into a final in as a result of beating Mark Williams is the Gibraltar Open. We played against Mark Selby last year, and unfortunately we lost in a decider by 3 frames to 2. And that is probably going to be the play we face if we beat Mark Williams here. We played Mark Selby in the final last year of this tournament and come off the worst. Again, I've mentioned it far too much in this series about that fiasco last year. So go back a few videos and you can hear me talking about that. But it is fair to say that we've got to up our game against Mark Williams. We played decently against Mark Allen. No player plays poorly and wins 6-2 against an opponent like the Pistol. But nonetheless, we have things to work on. And this session, although it doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of the game, could be massive. We're going to play the first 6 frames in this episode today. And then in the next episode, play another 6 frames. And then in the third episode, play until the end. I could well do this in 2 episodes, but it would just be far too long. So I've decided to do it in 2 episodes, as you can see, in 3 episodes. The 2 players shaking hands as we start the first of a potential 19 frames in this match. So I'm fully looking forward to this. Hopefully it'll be a second successive progression to the Shanghai Masters final. We've played well in this tournament so far, beaten Fan Zheng He by 6 frames to 0. We beat Ding by 6-8 frames to 4. And most recently, we beat Mark Allen by 6 frames to 2. And that is a very good shot to get us started.
Really needs to be mindful of pace here. Doesn't want to overhit this.
Got out of that well, though, to be fair to him. Good shot. Very good shot from Mark Williams there.
That's a really good escape and a great result.
Going to play this up the table then.
This shot depends on perfect pace.
No risk with that. If it's caught behind the green, he's certainly not going to go for the red on the cushion, you wouldn't have thought. He could go for it, but it would be a risky shot to take on at this point. Plus the fact that it would be tough for it to be particularly rewarding. If he got on the black, then it would be hard to get on the other reds. But he's played the right thing there, I would say. He's just played the safety. He has moved the pink out of the way, which does leave a potential potting chance, but there's no chance. Even me, who is quite an aggressive player, there's no way we're going to take that on. So a good safety exchange at the start of this first frame. If this first few minutes is anything to go by, this should be a cracker of a match. I hope we can win it, as I said before. But Mark Williams is a very good player, and we've never played him over this length of game. Best of 11 we played him in, of course, in the Dafabet Masters, but we've never played him in a best of 19. But that fatal hit on the blue, it's always so fatal, and it has proved so once again here. And play with some top and try and split the balls and leave a potting opportunity on. It's a good split. Can't argue with that too much. Going to have to go for one of these bulk colours. That's just inevitable when you play hard like that. Blue could have been an option, but it's not on its spot and it's just far too close to the cushion. It's not worth the risk. So the green's the ball chosen. Good pot right in the heart of the pocket. And we should be nicely on for this red to the middle. Now we could either go for the blue on the cushion or go for a bulk colour again. I think we're going to go for a bulk colour again. A little bit too early on in this break to be risking that blue, in my opinion. Especially given the fact that the table is wide open, so if we made a mistake, then I was going to say Mark Selby there. Mark Williams can really take advantage. And these first 6 frames, as I said earlier, I believe are massive.
8.
They can really determine the way the game's going to go. Especially if somebody takes the lead by a big amount. Got to be careful here, because that brown, don't actually think goes past the yellow. So we're going to have to play this green again, unless we want to play the yellow. And again, at this point, it just doesn't seem like there's much point taking the risk to get on the yellow. So, and we're going to have to. It's pretty hard. Just checking for my own sanity that the green goes past the yellow, because if that doesn't, I look like a fool. Yeah, there's enough room there. Try and make this as easy a pot as possible. But this is fairly straight on the... I'm not liking this shot, you know. Does that pink might go, you know, past the red? I think it does. So I think the pink might be the shot to play here. I think it is. I think it's just far too risky to play for a bulk colour. And there's still a chance with this shot we could play a bulk colour. Be a little bit awkward, but seeing as the pink's on, it would be silly not to play that. Pink will go back on its spot here. It's going to play with some right-hand sides, get on the red. Fairly straight pot, so not too much of a risk.
50.
But we've got off to a decent start here. It's all about getting comfortable with the table at this early stage. Pink won't go to the other side, will it now, because it's gone back on its spot. So that's a little bit of a spot of bother. But it was the better shot to play at the time. So I think it might well be time to play that blue. Long-term viewers will know that my play tends to rely on the blue quite a bit, so the blue ball being on the cushion and completely off its spot does leave us with a bit of a pain. I didn't really want to be playing this shot too early on in the break because it can go wrong. But we're being forced into it. Just going to have a look with the position we're screwing back to, what we can get on. That red should go. Yeah, okay.
Tricky pot.
Risky shot. But it's there. Blue's back on its spot, and there's a bit of a gap between us and the cushion, so that gives a bit more flexibility to play for the blue. But we've started well here. I'm happy with this.
Now, can he drop this into the right corner? No issues there.
Great technique, superb cueing.
Nice shot to line it up pretty well straight for the blue.
Long pot.
Can't believe this has only been a break of 22, now 27. We've had to work so hard for this.
27.
And we've underhit that slightly, so it does leave a little bit of a more complex shot than I'd have liked. It's there though, no problem with that.
28.
We're a little close to the cushion that I would have liked. But that red next to the pink will go. Try and line that up for a fairly straightish shot.
Good cueing required here.
That's a great demonstration of his cue.
But we have started well here. We're playing some good constructive snooker. Maybe inspired a bit by the fact I was watching Robertson's real life 9-0 win against Xiao Yu Long in the final of the European Masters last year.
34.
It's got to help anybody who's looking to really assert dominance over their opponent. That was a great final. Not so much for the action, but for for Robertson it certainly was.
40.
Doing okay here though. Might be time to try and open up these few reds here, however. One red split, that's okay. Can deal with that. Problem might come with getting a pot here, however.
41.
So it's always a risk playing that. I feel like the blue is going to obstruct our way to any of these bulk colours. Yep. It's a shame. So I'm just going to play this safe. Once to this in one visit, really. Where's the yellow ball going? Oh, that's desperately gutting.
Impressive shot with the rest.
Foul. Neil Robertson, 41.
Well, they liked that.
5.
Mark Williams has put us back in here. I'm amazed that they were happy with that shot. Goodness me. It wasn't a bad shot, actually, considering, well, if the yellow hadn't gone in. But luckily that red is nice and close to the cushion. So even though red's up ball can be a little bit of a problem sometimes, it's not going to be any sort of problem here. But he's found a bit of a chance on this red, but he's missed it. It's worth going for, though. I think maybe might well take a punt on that red as well. How close is it to the cushion? There's a little bit of a gap, so again, just leaves that little bit of flexibility. It's a relatively simple shot to nothing if it doesn't go in. Oh, no, we've missed it.
So close, but he's missed it. That'll annoy him.
Again, he might take a punt on this. Seems like it's the only red on the table at the moment. No, he's just going to play a safety. Don't blame him. He's not left that red on, he's done well. Just a thin safety here then. There's the dog. That hit on the yellow isn't going to harm anything here. Just a little bit gutting that we couldn't quite do this in one visit. Brought that red down the table. Interesting. Just get a thin nick on this red. Come back up again. It's a good exchange though at the moment. This might not end up too badly. It's not bad at all. Might well have a go at this red, the long pot, but no. Where's this cue ball going? You jammy sod. Again, I think this is worth another shot to nothing. And it's there.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
What's the position like on a colour?
He'll be very pleased with that shot. What can he do here?
I think just in the interest of this frame, just going to light it up behind the blue.
There's always the risk of
But would you believe it? We've done that far too many times.
Neil Robertson, 1.
Far too many times in our career.
Free ball. You won't want to overhit this.
Far too many. Just line it up a little bit too soft.
Not the best shot, although it was a very
And that,
interesting position.
all our hard work could be undone now. Could be undone.
Mark Williams, 4.
Just decided to play up to that red, which meant there obviously wasn't too much of a potting chance on it. So back again for a safety exchange. I do feel like we've got away with that. It would have been a hard snooker to get out of though,
tricky pot.
if we'd have actually played it at the right pace. But he's going for the pot here, and that's a cracker.
1.
Brilliant pot. Has to be said though, I don't know who's going to line this up for a red. No.
Well, you lost control of the cue ball there.
Bit peculiar why he played that there. He could have just done what we did and just lined it up behind the colour. Because he's left this red on.
3.
That was a strange choice of shot. A strange combination of shots he played there. And as a result of a few colours not being played, the total remaining on the table is a lot less, which only helps us.
1.
So he's 27 back. Need to just try and free one of these reds here.
To sink this into the left corner pocket.
It's a good pink. Not really the shot we were looking for, but that red might well go to the top pocket. I think it's worth a punt. It's going to be a tricky one, but it's certainly worth a go. Not going to leave too much more on, are we? Because those reds down the table are a little bit awkward.
Long red to the corner
Let's have a look what our long potting's like. What a shot.
Trademark long pot there. Such talent.
Brilliant.
8.
Absolutely fantastic pot.
Aiming
Chuffed with
for the
that.
corner here.
Didn't get the same look there.
Played it like that.
Could well be a plant on here. Definitely is. But personally, I ain't going to take it on. I'm going to play this red fin because it's a shot to nothing. Because it's definitely a potting chance.
Makes it a little more challenging.
No. But I should have considered that really because it was going to come onto the other cushion. But it is right on the cushion. No, it's an easy chance. Maybe a little bit misguided there. Just agreed in me taking over. So it's not been our best frame. It's been scrappy. Mark Williams has played a few suspect shots as well. But a comeback is potentially on. We're 40 ahead. There's 51 left on the table. Well, it's a good pot, is that? But I think once again he's just going to play the colour and then not play a red.
To run this along the cushion.
But where's that cue ball? He's got away with that twice this frame. So he's 35 back. We have 43 left on the table. Not a bad safety. Worth a bit of a shot to nothing though here.
Just the red needed here.
No.
And he's missed it.
Got away with it though. I don't think he's going to have a punt at this from there. This is not how I imagine the first frame going. Very weird one. Where's that red going? Right over the middle pocket. Oh, he's going to be annoyed with that.
So, just the red required here.
And it's there.
Down it goes.
Where's the cue ball though? Where's the cue ball? It's okay. It's bounced off the jaw.
One.
So we're 36 ahead with 35 remaining. So we might as well get the colour. Just make sure he's not coming back to the table. Don't want to play this too risky really. We don't want to concede a foul.
Tremendous pot. Brilliant.
But it's a good pot and the position's good as well for the red. Nicely lined up there.
8.
This red will definitely confirm it. There's no way he's coming back if we pot this red. And we do. Just drops. Got a bit lucky with that.
9.
We might as well get our clearance skills up to scratch. But an interesting first frame. It's us who comes out on top. I think that's a deserved. It wasn't the best frame, but Mark Williams didn't really bring his A game. He'll be looking to improve in the next few. I'm quite confident.
18.
I think we're playing some good stuff. Just remains to be seen how Mark Williams fights back.
21.
Going to be tricky on this blue, but seeing it doesn't really matter then, it was just a bit of a hit and hope really.
He's going for the left corner pocket.
Ooh, unlucky. But that's the first frame anyway. Good frame. Thoroughly enjoyed the safety battles in that frame, but we come out on top. And the first of 6 frames today goes to us.
Frame conceded. Frame Neil Robertson.
And that is the frame.
So Mark Williams to break in this second frame of 6.
Thank you. The second frame. Mark Williams to break.
Be brilliant to target a 2-frame lead at the end of this. Especially with that sort of shot. Left a chance.
This is tough.
Tough though, as Neil Fold says. But it's there. Cracking shot. And this is a chance.
1.
Fairly straight on the blue, so gives us a lot of chance to
So, this pot into
get
the
a good
right
position
corner.
for the next one.
Down it goes.
What a wonderful pot.
6.
Utilise the cushion here to get a bit straighter on the blue. Not liking that. Screw back his king. A little bit tight here.
aiming to sink this into the right corner.
You'd think there'd be something
Top
on.
shot, well
I can
played.
see a red
Really
that will
impressive
go.
strike.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
10.
Need to get these two reds out of the way here and here. I'm not going to try that thin shot just yet, though. Ultimately, if they weren't there, we could have gone for the black. But black won't go, so we have to come up the table for the blue.
11.
We can manoeuvre the cue ball to try and tap this one in that is there. Playing some good snooker so far, though. That can always go to pot. Just a gentle tap needed here. Nothing too complex. That's fine.
Nice position on the black.
17.
Now the question is, will this red go? Have we blocked our way to it? No, we haven't. We're okay. That's good then. Jolly good. Back on the black again, and it might be time to open up the reds, potentially. I think it probably is. Black's there. What's our look like? Not too bad. That will do.
32.
That ain't bad at all. Play for pink or blue here. Give ourselves the flexibility. It's too close to the cushion. It's pulled up though, so that's okay.
33.
Pink's the straighter shots. Probably makes a bit more sense.
Well, he's taking it on to
Just
the
check
left
we've
corner.
got the potting angle right.
What a top pot that was.
That'll do. Play for this red to the middle.
39.
If only we could bring this form to every tournament we're playing. I've got no answer, to be honest, why we play so well in the invitational events. I don't get it, to be honest. If anything, the onus is more on the ranking events. Those are the tournaments I want to win the most.
43.
So, not really sure. A good break so far, though. Need to just keep our focus to make sure we go over the line in the frame.
44.
This looks pretty simple.
Oh, well. I said we need to keep our focus.
Neil Robertson.
And we've missed the black.
He's aiming for the left corner here.
So here's a chance for Mark Williams to show what he's made of.
That's
That was a
top
bad shot, that was.
1.
Not often we miss those.
Very well played.
14.
Interesting. That black just hitting both jaws, and it's fatal, that is. So it is Willow with the chance to make it one each.
Nicely onto a red.
So he's 24 behind. There's 59 left on the table. So no pressure on him to play any high colours. It'd be a little bit annoying if we give away this frame, but you can't do much about it sometimes. Mace has been able to keep his 1 foot to the floor there.
Nicely onto the black.
That's good aerobic agility. Or whatever you'd call it. Flexibility, I suppose, more is the word. I don't know what rubbish I come out with in these videos sometimes. Still, at least I'm focused on the snooker.
29.
It's a reason why snooker players don't commentate on themselves.
36.
bit tighter than would have been ideal on that red, to be honest.
Full of confidence.
Never nice to play into the middle pocket, but a pink and a red will put him level. Been a nice clean break so far, no issues. It's a good shot. So onto the colours we go. Very close between us. So he's 6 ahead, 27 remaining. Don't need to tell you if he cleans up here, then
Just the colours to go.
it's the frame to Mark Williams. And a frame that really we shouldn't have given away, but those shots happen sometimes. It's all about trying to cut them out. But that is a frame that could have swung either way. And albeit it swung towards Mark Williams.
Quality cueing there. Really good.
59. 64.
So, break of 77 on here if he pots the black. Very nice clearance to the table. And that just shows the consequences of what can happen just off one missed shot. Break of 77 from Mark Williams, and that's 2 frames. It is 1 frame apiece.
Well, this is developing into a very tight match. Both players refusing to give any ground here.
I agree. You can't really identify a clear favourite. It's just too close to call.
Another good break off there in the third. Not leaving any opportunity.
He's looking to get the cue ball safe and tight to the cushion here.
Playing this very thin. Is it going to hit off the jaw? That can be fatal. That's a shocker.
Not what he intended at all. He'll be annoyed with that.
Just wants
It's a
to
good
see-
starter. And we get 2 reds for the price of 1 there.
That's a good opening red.
2.
Gonna get this cue ball up behind the yellow though, and make sure we actually hit it this time. Well, we overhit that,
Very well judged shot there.
but because of the brown, we still get the snooker.
2.
And it's a decent recovery by Mark, but still leaves a pot on. So the onus is definitely to get that lead back straight away. A little bit too straight on the blue here, really. But if we can get back to a similar position that we're in now, and as you could just see there, that red to the bottom pocket is on. Just got to hope the pink's not in the way, and it's not. That's absolutely fine. I'm just worried that's just going to hit the pink, and the pink might come careering the way of the middle pocket. So we didn't bother taking the risk. There's a few reds on here, so some good cueing with the blue ball should leave us pretty decent for these two.
He's playing for the right corner here. Beautiful.
Wonderful shot.
12.
Going to apply the tighter ball first, just so we've got a little bit more flexibility to get back up for the blue. Could have done with being a little bit further towards the bulk, but it's okay. We're on this red.
18.
Have to keep it tight though, because ball should go through there. You just never know your luck sometimes. Not the shot we planned. Thought the Reds would have split a lot better than that, but they haven't, so that's unfortunate. Could be a good safety though. Good shot.
Neil
We
Robertson.
blocked the one red which we could leave. Going to play this, I think, though, very tight. It's not there though. It's giving us a chance. And he's actually left the easy red on. Let's try and open these up for a second time.
Well, he's taking it on.
Oh, we've missed it! Oh, well. We've missed far too many easy shots so far. He's surely got to play the plant here. After that first frame, it's just not been as clear as it should have been.
1.
Disappointing. Oh dear.
That's loose. He wanted more control there.
Poor shot. Just played the plant though there. Clever shot. Good recovery. If he hadn't have got that red there, he'd have been very unstuck.
9.
So not looking such a clean break from Mark Williams so far. Few skewy shots, few recovery shots had to be played, but again, he could well win this frame. Need to stamp out these little problems and issues we've got. Or else all these frames that can go either way, he'll end up winning them, and there are a lot more frames that go like that in a snooker match than go quite easily towards you. Still early days though yet in this final, in this semi-final. But as we saw against Ronnie O'Sullivan
Fabulous pot.
in the best of 25
21.
at the World Champs, it can spiral very quickly. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen here.
To play this softly.
That being said, it is still 1-1, so we don't need to get quite so concerned just
That's a
yet.
top quality shot with the rest.
Maybe if this session ends 5-1, then the alarm bells might start ringing.
Nicely done.
I can't see it ending like that
He's
though.
right on top of his game at the moment.
25.
Played one of every colour so far, apart from black.
26.
I think he can just get to this pink, can he? He's very close to the red.
He's looking for the
Yep,
pot
you
into
can.
the right
A
middle.
little bit lucky there. If he'd have been any closer, he'd have been pretty awkward.
32.
Only 3 reds left on the table here, so he does stand a good chance of winning this frame if he can get all of those. He's queuing well. Not particularly a surprise. He is ranked 4th in the world, below Mark Allen, Mark Selby and Judd Trump. If only it was the 3 marks in 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Add Mark King and Mark Davis and you've got 5. Any other marks?
He's looking to pop this into
I
the
don't
left
think
corner
so.
pocket.
Could be wrong. Mark King, Mark Davis. I don't think there are any more.
Great queuing there.
40.
Playing the green here. Blimey, that's a risk. But he's potted it. Beautiful.
Wonderful shot.
That was a bloody risky shot to take on there.
Nicely.
Goodness me. That just shows Mark Williams' confidence. 23 up though. The black will confirm. Mark Williams sweet. He's playing the bloody pink. And he's potted it. That is a worry. That kind of shows us, listen mate, we're not bothered whether it's tight pots or what. I'm going to smash them in, and that is a bit of a worry. But nonetheless, Mark Williams has swung it round for now. He's took it from 1-0 to us to 2-1 to him.
55.
Would be good for us to win the next frame, just so he doesn't get that 2-frame lead, which we very nearly got last time out.
59.
Much like in frame 2 though, this has been a brilliant break.
4.
Funnily enough, has the potential to be yet another break of 77.
70.
Sure, that second frame's break was 77, but a good clearance of 77.
And the frame, Mark Williams.
And, well,
played to take that.
we do need to improve in this 4th frame.
He's taking the lead here.
Thank you, the 4th frame. Mark Williams to break.
Good match developing here, though. We just have to love a chance at the start of this 4th frame.
Lots of power on this shot. Impressive opening red.
Mark Williams showed that confidence. I thought we'd give him a bit of our confidence. It's a way to start a frame, isn't it? Does the blue go? Ooh, it doesn't. Or at least doesn't go very easily. Oh, I don't know. I think there might be a gap there. I think if we look at this angle, it might be a little bit
No
easier.
surprises here
I
with
think
the
it will go.
attempt.
I think it will go. We need to give the pocket a little bit of respect in terms of the leeway we give, but I'm happy with this. A risky shot, though, if it goes wrong. Yeah, it's
Wow.
there. Good
He'll be
pot.
thrilled with that.
6.
Too good of a chance to miss, I think, if we weren't going to take that.
7.
Nice start here, as with the previous 2 frames.
The long pot's on.
What we need to do here that we didn't do in the previous 2 frames, win this in one visit, because you've seen that Mark Williams can
12.
very much deliver the goods if we can't. So we need to do what so many players do to us and inflict the damage. I'm going to go for the brown here. Blue's not quite so straight this time, so could go wrong. Still leaves us absolutely fine in terms of position. So no worse off because of that.
17.
Well, he's taking it on to the left corner. No problem there.
Wonderful.
Will the black go here?
Outstanding effort.
18.
It will. I'm going to play the blue. This needs to be pretty accurate in terms of the power
Excellent long
played
crosser,
with.
and he's taking this on.
It is. So let's see if we get lucky. Need to be in the middle of the 2 reds. Yeah, that's a good shot.
23.
Nice. Oh no, we don't want to go for the yellow.
Position for the black.
24.
I don't know why it's suggesting what colour we go for. I think it's fairly obvious we go for the black. Let's play this with a bit of power though. It's the black we fell short of in previous frames, but
31.
I think we're okay. Yep, we are. It's a nice shot.
Position looks good for a
Going
colour.
around the cushions.
32.
Relied on a bit of luck, as those shots always do.
39.
But I feel this is the part of the frame where things can go wrong. Very easily. It's just too tight, that is. Could have done with not having the cannon there. Just going to take the risk and play on the black.
He's aiming for the left corner here.
Maybe we play with some less power, give the pocket every chance.
Good split.
Good shot though, it was worth the risk on that occasion. And we've got a great chance now of leveling it back up to 2 each. I'm going to play this long red.
Just wants to sink this into the left corner pocket. And in.
Surprised Neil folds us instead we've lost the cue ball a touch.
A touch here.
Ha, there we go.
28.
I knew it would come. I knew it would come. Oh dear. I amuse myself far too much, don't I, with the commentary.
53.
Oh, I knew it was coming, sorry. Oh dear. Yeah, I get far too amused at things I shouldn't really be getting amused about. Oh dear. Sorry. I'll stop chuckling now. This is what cabin fever does to you. There's so much there's so miserable at the moment with everything that's going on in the world that every laugh you can get, you take. Let's not focus on what's going on in the world though here. Let's focus on the snooker. Just check this red does go. I don't think it does actually. Bit awkward. Gonna take the punt now. Yep. Happy with that.
60.
And sometimes get yourself a little bit anxious for no reason. And we're very close to getting over the winning line in this frame, which is great to see.
67.
And I don't want to mention that C word.
He just needs this red.
But now we've got the red we can.
No problem there.
Looking for a century here. Not the C word you thought was going to come out, were you? With what I've just been discussing.
68.
Right, let's go for a ton. That red will go. Just the response we needed in this frame though. In one visit, showing Mark Williams, well, if you want to play with fire, we can too. Nice.
76.
Ooh, could have done with that not going that way, but that's okay.
83.
Thought the cannon might have left us a little bit of an issue, but it hasn't. Play with some right hand side to go on the black.
Decent position to take on a colour here.
84.
Not too fond of playing with side, but in that situation there wasn't really much of a risk involved.
91.
So we're going to need this red on the cushion
He's lining this up
to get the ton.
right middle pocket.
92.
So it's just going to be a case of potting this up the table, and I have to say we've not done particularly well. We've lined up the black to get it on the cushion. It's okay though. Do it just coming off the cushion to make it a little bit straighter, and it's awkward this is, but just this red ball needed then for the first century of the match.
Taking on the long red to the corner.
Come on, pocket's got every chance, and it's there. Ton up,
Century.
brilliant.
100.
Just what we needed. Excellent. Great stuff. So that's 102 with the yellow. We've really butchered the position there.
102.
Potential of an 129 on here. We might as well just experiment with the pot on the yellow. It's really not going to harm anything.
Just the colours now.
Good shot. Maybe overplayed that a little, but the green will still go as long as we don't get too far down the table. Goodness me, I wasn't quite expecting that to go that far bloody down. Christ.
This isn't easy.
Outstanding pot. Right out of
Be a pretty impressive clearance from here. We've played some pretty wonky shots.
taking this brown on. Excellent pot.
They're just clapping every shot we're playing now.
111.
He just wants to slot this into the middle pocket.
It's a good confidence boost this is, you know. Really is.
106.
It's certainly game on. Both players playing well. And this should be a fascinating semi-final. It's just the black needed. I think it's a full clearance.
122.
Just check. Yep, all 15 reds. All 15... Is it... No, it's not 15. Shut up. All 22 coloured balls. And a great clearance of 129 there.
129.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
And now the frame is his.
Honours even, and this is developing into a really tight match.
Yes, no obvious advantage at the moment. This is pretty close.
So the aim now is to win one of these remaining two frames, especially based off what we did in the last frame. That was brilliant stuff with that clearance of 129. But at least we've avoided the embarrassment of going in at 5-1. That's important. So it'd be great on the back of that if we could go in at 3 each, if not 4-2. And we've got an opportunity here.
He's going for it.
Really nice.
Good red. And a few reds now with a chance. Just not the best of chances to get a colour. Going to have to be the brown here.
He's looking to drop this into the middle pocket.
Good pot. Those middle pocket pots are always a little bit of a risk.
Queuing.
5.
Line up for the black. Then here's our favourite party trick.
He'll play this with plenty of power.
It's a good split, but where's the cue ball going to end up? Needs to pull up a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. So we've got another chance here.
Well, he's looking at potting
Tough
this
pot.
into the right corner pocket.
It's there though. Nice pot.
Tremendous pot.
That's a wonderful, wonderful pot.
14.
Glad you think so, Neil. Neil commentating on Neil.
Nicely on the blue.
17.
This could be awkward.
He's looking to pop this into the right corner.
A lot of power here. And it seems to have worked out decently. Especially a bit of luck there with that hit on the middle jaw. Certainly didn't plan that.
20.
But it's funny sometimes. You can just hit and hope, and sometimes just goes brilliantly for you. Other times, it's a complete disaster. And that's usually what happens with us. But on that occasion, it wasn't bad at all.
21.
This will need good queuing.
Strokes it in.
I hope you're enjoying so far, though. I certainly am. I love these longer games. Especially when there's so much to play for. A place in the final. Some prize money of £100,000. That will take our prize money
Nice
pots
position
for
the black.
the 3 seasons over £1 million if we can win this match. I think we're on about 950k so far. So actually, I don't know if it's 950k up to now or before this tournament. If it's before this tournament, then we've gone over the million mark regardless. But unfortunately, certainly for the ranking game, we have earned most of that proportion of £1 million in invitational events.
Yeah,
Of course, we won the Dapperbet Masters, got to the final of it one year. We got to the final of this last year. Don't think I've ever talked about it in a video. Oh dear. Loving the snooker content though, really am. There was a time in this series where I just got a little bit frustrated, but fully back to being passionate about my snooker now. Time for the old party trick again. Let's go check this goes. Looks okay to me.
that's a good split. He's got a real chance here.
That's just what we needed. Should have a good chance now to make this 3-2. Swing the game again.
That's ended up more awkward than he would have wanted.
True.
59.
Blue it is then.
Well, I'm not surprised he's taking on the long pot here.
wonderful pot. Outstanding effort.
Good stuff.
4.
Just this red needed.
You heard Dave Hendon.
In it goes.
And barring snookers,
That shuts the door on his opponent in this frame.
we lead again.
55.
Talk about topsy-turvy.
We know what a prolific long potter he is, so I'd assume he'd take this on.
We've got to take advantage while we're playing well.
That's a tremendous pot.
70.
That looks safe to all intents and purposes.
Doesn't need to look safe, you Wally. Potted the red. Don't know what Hendon was banging on about there. Need to open up the 2 remaining reds. It'd be tricky to do that, but come down to the black. That's what we can do.
Left corner here. Down it goes.
A little bit too straight on it.
77.
So we try to make a gap between these two with all my might.
A lot of power.
Doesn't like you playing the ball too hard.
He'll be
Ooh.
fuming about that.
Unlucky.
84.
Well, Mark would be quite happy to call it a day there, but we'll just push the red.
Frame.
And he does now. Great break. Not quite a century, but certainly a frame-winning break. And it's now 3-2 to us. Good frame.
Well, he's established a one-frame lead here. Some pretty impressive snooker in that last frame.
So very happy that we're going to go into this
Agree. You
mid-session interval at 6 frames, at least level, if not 2 frames above Mark Williams. And that would be a great achievement.
Mark Williams to break.
We've got to work hard. And from that break off, it's going to be pretty tricky. It's an awkward shot. Left the red, but he's not going to take it on. Thought better of it. It's not bad. Can't get to the red, so that's a bit lucky. But where's this one going? I thought he potted that there. But where's the cue ball? It's okay. Now, on some games, I'd just try and pot one of those. But the way we've worked so far, it'd be such a shame to go and miss one of those and then muck it all up. But we have left Mark Williams a chance. Hit the brown full ball. It's a long pot, though.
Intriguing safety battle.
No, he's just playing the safety. Interesting. Let's take this on, though.
Not an easy one, but a half chance. And he's missed.
Ooh, unlucky. That's a bit of a shame.
Playing for the middle pot.
So that was worth going for, though.
1.
So there have been a few reds that have been freed. Gives him a nice little starter.
6.
But this isn't the best position. I'd probably play blue to the bottom pocket there.
That's a top shot. Well played.
But he's not decided to.
Oh, wonderful shot.
Leaves us the one option when it comes to the red. Oh no, he's actually managed to find a gap there, which I should have seen. Going to be a little bit awkward here though.
16.
Just going to keep going for those loose reds, which is a tactic that's regularly used. I just don't think I'm skillful or accurate enough in my position to do that too often.
17. 24.
So 2 options here. I'm going to go for the one that's closest to him, you would think, and he is.
25. 30.
Wonder if he was going for the one on the bulk there, but he's going for this long pot and he's potted it. Lovely, brilliant queuing.
Position looks very good here. He's played that very well.
Played the blue.
36.
He's going for the long red. Pretty straight, so not too much bother with that.
43.
Pace is critical here.
Just a safety though. And a break. It was going to be tricky to get a significant opportunity from there. And he just thought it better to play the safety. Can't argue with that. Can I argue with that? But what he has left us now is a little bit of an opportunity. Win this safety battle, and we can get back in the frame. And if we pop this red, we've won it fairly prematurely.
This really is tricky.
Great shot. What's the position like, though? Not all that brilliant.
1.
Which makes me think it might be best to get behind the green.
Looks like he's trying to hide the cue ball behind the green here.
We have hit it. Good shot.
That's beautifully judged.
Neil Robertson, 1.
Not done too bad to get out of that. But he's left to... Ooh. He's done well, actually. That's a little bit of an opportunity, but we're just going to play that as a bit of a shot to nothing. It's not too far away. We get a bit of luck. It's there. Brilliant. Dropped. But it would have been safe if we had applied it as a shot to nothing, which we did.
He's going for it.
Risky shot here. Good pot though.
4.
We now have a potential a chance, but it's tighter than we would have wanted. Wanted that red we were closest to go, but didn't quite have the room. Oh, would you believe it? That's gutting. Potted the red, but the pink's gone in as well.
Mark Williams, 6.
And that would have been a great pot and a great chance for us. But sometimes just happens like that. And I think on the balance of the play in this session, I think 3 each at the interval is probably a sensible result.
6.
Could still go wrong, but I can't see it now. Be 51 left on the table after this red, so just a red and a colour needed.
7.
He just needs this blue.
And it's been a really enjoyable session so far. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I really have. And I'm really pumped to go and play that second session. Be another 6, and yeah, it could be an interesting one. Will it remain as it is? Will it remain nice and tight, or will one player start to pull out a bit of an advantage?
18.
Beautiful.
What is confirmed here, though, that unless somebody goes and wins all the frames in the next session, and we might well play an extra one,
That's a top shot.
it's 99% likely that there'll be a third session.
26.
We'll probably play 7 frames in the next episode, though, if somebody is close to the winning line. But I'd hope it's certainly not Mark who wins 6 frames in the next episode. If we won 6, I'd certainly take that. But I think given how it's been so far, it's going to be a good, tight match. Need to take all the opportunities we've been given because Mark Williams is no slouch.
38.
Certainly wants to make sure he can turn over that poor record against us. But I think equally, getting to the final, that's probably the most important thing, rather than some personal grudge.
47.
But 2 great episodes to come, I think. I really think that you guys should be looking forward to those 2 episodes, as am I. Really looking forward to them. And a good clearance there of 60, but that, ladies and gents, is the frame. And that is where we're going to finish off in today's episode.
60. And the frame, Mark Williams.
That is the frame.
Would have been great for it to be 4-2 at the interval, but ultimately we've avoided being behind. And I think that is the main thing. Some really good snooker play by both players. And if the next 2 episodes are anything like that, then you and I are in for an absolute treat. If you enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for 4 videos of snooker a week on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on a Sunday at 6 PM British time. Apart from that, that is it from me today. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Until the next time, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.